Hey guys, Anthony here. Another video, another day. I'm not planning to make them every day, but there's a lot of things happening, a lot of questions, so I might as well do another one. This one is actually about the fees, margins, pool returns, etc., etc. So I've done a bit of research based on different articles that were floating around the web, and again, a grain of sand in some of them. Also, I'm not a mathematician, so it's just an interpretation, and I think it's nearly there, but I just wanted to share some. So you can check this stuff yourself on your own pool. Just do the query, so you can say Cardano CLI, Shelley query protocol parameters, and then it's mainnet. Then what you get out is this cool stuff here, right? So it tells a couple of things. Now the one that is interesting, of course, for us is the decentralization parameter. So at the moment is 1, aka 100%. So this means that 100% of all the blocks being minted on Cardano or on Ouroboros are done by Cardano themselves, right? There's no decentralization in there yet. This is gonna switch to 50% and then lower down in the next couple of days. Let me find that breakdown. All right, let's have a look. So this here is the breakdown, right? And the hard fork happened a couple of days ago. So you can see July 29th. Now we're on the 1st of August. So epoch 1 or epoch 0 starts until August 3. Then on August 3, we go into epoch 1, right? And then they take a snapshot. So then we have another 5 days of waiting. And then on epoch 2, we're gonna be able to produce our own blocks, right? So by the pool. So that decentralization number goes from 1 to probably 0.5, or maybe they start at 0.9 and slowly build it down. Not entirely sure. So from this point onwards, your pools will start producing and start earning, right? And then it goes down, further away. So that's an interesting number. So that's something that we wanted to keep an eye on. At the moment it's 1. Let's change it now. Another one that is interesting is the minimum pool cost, right? So minimum pool cost, how much does it cost to operate the pool, in a sense? And they set it at the minimum cost. The reason why is they don't really want people going to 0 down the bottom, even though if you look at Pool Tool, which I'll open up here, right, so the fixed fee, you see there are the fixed fees from the other guys, right? This is the only people that are actually producing blocks, and this is of course Cardano themselves. But then if you want to be able to register and be picked up, you need to have this minimum fixed fee, right? If you have a lower fixed fee, it won't work. It won't. You'll be under the threshold. Right, so that's your minimum fee. Then open it up again. Now this one, interesting, the NOPT 150. So that's the optimal number of pools at the current stage. Right, so that's what they want to target at. Okay, so 150 pools, and then once the saturation starts kicking in, they're going to increase it to 250, 500, up to 1,000. I don't know how many are going to be in there. So I'm not sure if they're going to keep this as 150 or not, but we'll find out, right? There's a chance that you might not be listed in Daedalus, and they're only going to list 150 based on the optimal saturation. Doesn't mean that you'll never be listed. What I suspect could be the case is once certain pools reach a certain margin or a certain saturation level, they'll disappear from Daedalus in terms of allowing them to you can still pledge to them, you can send to, and you can still stake to them, but they won't be in that display screen. Let's have a quick look actually while we're opening it up. Okay. So you might see your at the moment we are number 2 for the win, by the way. Yes. At the moment, there are over 400, right? So the odds are that at point 150, it stops, and this will rotate, right? Again, but something that we need to see based on the first block producing processes, but that's what I would imagine, right? I wouldn't think that if there are 450 now and 300 will be out of the boat, that wouldn't really be fair. So I would imagine they would rotate them based on saturation and based on giving everybody an opportunity. That's how you want to have it happen anyway. So this is your ROH. This is what is the return, and I wrote down the note on it as well. Where are we? Here we go. Yeah. So the rate in which reserves are reduced. So this percentage here is, so I have it as a scientific number. I don't know why it's there on mine. So I would imagine it being 0.03, and that's the return rate that you're going to get, and it's going to be based on your your rewards per block minted as well. Okay. Then the treasury tax, or the tau, is 0.2%. So that's whenever you mint a block, you get your, let's say you have 1,000 ADA that you're getting for it, then 2% goes back to Cardano, to the treasury, and then from there on they start calculating your rewards to your stakers and to the pool itself as well. Then you have your A03, and again that is the impacts. Oh yeah, so this again is a dynamic number, and this is based on how much is pledged by the pool. So at the moment it shouldn't have any significant impact. It's going to have an impact once there are more pools available and operating. So based on the 150 margin, it should be okay, but once it gets bigger, your pledge actually will have an impact as well. Now I base this on one of the articles on Reddit, which I'll link in the description below anyway, so you can have a quick look at it, because of course the calculators as well are a bit vague. They give you beautiful, great numbers, but that might not be the case, right? So another cool thing that has come out is the data behind how many pools have a live stake, right? So first of all, we see already total staked 2.96 billion of the total supply, right? The 31 mil. So this number, if you look at other staking currencies, they go like, yeah, we want to hit 40 or 50% staked, so that's something that you should see increasing, and a good margin. If 40-50% can be staked already, that means that half of the supply is being staked instead of being on exchanges or on wallets not doing anything. It's actually earning, and that's of course a good number, because it will provide additional stability, because more coins that are staked, meaning they're more rare in terms of buying them on exchanges. So that's pretty interesting to see. And then as well, of course, you see the live stake based on the different pools. Right? So if you scroll down, so we have these set guys. That's a Japanese setup, and of course the Japanese market is very big. They launched, of course, they had their launch in Japan when they did their initial fundraising. So these are 200, yeah, they have a shit ton of stake, and then you have some of the other guys here, so up to 72 million, going all the way down, so your top 100, to be in the top 100 already, you need to have a minimum stake of about 7 million staked in your pool. Now, give it time, right? We'll go down to the top 200. You want to be in the top 200, you have at least 1.9 million stake, and you can see that this is really interesting to see. Some of them have zero pledge and they have a lot of stake, some of them a lot of stake, a lot of pledge, right? But anyway, it's progress. So we're at the moment here on 1.6 live stake, so thank you guys for that. It's great to see. And interesting enough, even though we are on 1.6 only, our rating at the moment is number 2, right? So again, these ratings, they will change around. They'll go around. You'll see them on number 2 today, and then maybe 300 tomorrow, etc. So interesting to notice and witness it. So we're just doing the countdown. 3 days down the road, we start get everybody registered up, and then I think the numbers will start making some additional sense. So yeah, that's my 2 cents just on this setup. Of course, if you have any questions, put it in the comment, let me know how it goes, and good luck, keep staking.